Right. Before we get started, I need to know, where did you come up with the WJ Silver? WJ Silver just has a certain like level of authenticity and class about it. Even just the author, where did that come from?
So you're gonna laugh. So I didn't realise that like lots of actors, it's obvious that's not their real names.
Yeah.
So like Leonardo DiCaprio and this, that, but anyway, so I heard the story of Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And you know the story of Jamie Foxx?
How he ended up. Yeah.
So that
he went into a comedy club and
they he couldn't get in as a man, so they thought he was a girl.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So and then I was like, okay, I need to change my name, and I was like, Jay Williams, and what's gonna be my other thing? And then I hate gold.
Really?
I hate gold. I don't like gold. I don't like wear gold. I hate it. So I've got like everything
you're
silver.
Allergic to it?
No, sir. I mean, love cool if you can put it down in bars. But as jewelry, I've always worn silver.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, and I was there fiddling around with names, and I thought, why don't I put my last name first?
Yeah.
And then put the J, and then you wear silver, so it's like Williams, J, silver. And I thought, that's really catchy. Then I sent it out to my friend. I was like, what do you think? And she was like, yeah, that's kind of catchy. Because it was like J Williams Silver, and then no, Williams J Silver, and it just kind of stuck because I realised that it's the surname that people always remember. So that's where that name comes from. So I was just making it as I went along.
Okay, cool. So, but we're with none other than WJ Silver, aka Justin Williams, author, entrepreneur. What else can I add to that?
Football coach, youth worker,
teacher extraordinaire. My second pair of eyes.
Second daddy for your children.
Exactly. Because Justin works at the school that my two young boys go to.
And I had your oldest.
Oh yes, and my eldest as well. So he's been my second pair of eyes at the school that my kids go to. And for me, I know Justin. Justin and I grew up together. We've known each other since
10.
Knee eye to a grasshopper. He's 10, 9, 10 years old. So I know that we're kind of cut from the same cloth in terms of how we're brought up and our morals and so on. So I knew that
there
you go. So I know that what I was expecting for my children at school, I know that Justin's going to be looking out for the same thing. But anyway, so what brings me here to meet with Justin is the new title you've added to your bowls, author.
Yeah.
Now, I won't lie, growing up, I wouldn't have thought that you would have added, I would have said to you, Justin the author, or WJ Silver the author. How did that come about?
Well, it's the most interesting thing because I've always written poems.
Really?
So even when I was carrying on with my madness,
that's all.
Everybody that know me. I was kind of tough.
So he was like, what kind of poem? Like, yes, I am the girl, them sugar.
Yeah, no. But what it was I was ridiculously romantic.
Really?
Right? Yeah, but as I've said that before, like. Yeah, girls like bad man, like constantly, like it's just like no, girls don't care about this whole look, he's written me this roses are red kind of violets are blue thing. So I've always been a writer. I've always written secretly. It weren't the coolest thing. So I had all of these poems that I'd put down and they were in the background. And as you know, like I love films, and I just love that whole kind of imagination thing. So as I got a little bit older and whatnot, I just carried on writing, and, and you go through experiences in life, and you meet people, and you write because you feel that way about them, and this, that, and started, give poem to that one, and this, that one. Oh, this is really good. And people like, okay, start writing. And then I've just got this vivid imagination, so I just started writing stories, just making stories up and just writing them down. And one day my friend came to my house, and I'd written this story on a laptop, one of them old ones with the old disc, with the disc track on the side. Remember, you know the ones with the disc on the side, like the steam powered one. I remember this story called The Heartbreak Club, and I lent it to them, and they read it, and then they borrowed the laptop, and just like believe me, they lost my work. It was like a lot, like the book was pretty much finished. It was like 95% done, and they'd lost my work. So that thing with writing kind of just died down for me, and then. In this last episode now, where I'm at right now, I just had all of these stories, and I just started writing them down. you know, and what people don't realise as well, like one of the things is that I'm slightly got some kind of dyslexia in terms of like writing.
Right.
So everything with me I have to keep going back over and over to me. I miss out words and this, that, and that. So I just started writing all of these stories.
So that didn't deter you then from writing?
It did, because, you know, I'll never forget the first time that I sent a story to Jason.
Yeah.
I've read it 5 times. It makes sense to me because my brain's putting in the missing words. Jason was like, "What is this?" And then he sent back all the edits, and I was like, "What are you talking about? That was right."
Yeah.
So anyway, but because I wanted to tell these stories, but I knew my poems were good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, girls said to me, "Oh no, your poems are really, really good." So for me, that side of it, I thought, I've got that side locked.
Yeah.
Let me just work on the story. So I've written all of these stories, and I started writing, not from from a black perspective as well, in terms of like, I just think we've got to tell our own stories.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's all well and good being a bad man and you know, all the shootings and killings and going on, but we can tell other stories.
Right.
And, you know, I've always wondered what would have happened. Like, one of my stories is called War, but like what happened to like the African guys, because there was Romans still nicking slaves back then. Were there black gladiators? So one of my stories is about a black gladiator. You know, you can take. So all of these stories, I just wanted to tell them. You know, and there's some dark bits in the book as well. But it just kind of, it was the weirdest thing. So my friend, one of the parents from football, she does writing. She started writing. She does writing course, really good writing. She started reading my stuff. She's like, "You need to like make a book." Yeah. But the key thing what is like, I wanted to leave a legacy for my children.
Right.
So the biggest push from I'm going to leave this book for them, and once they've got this book, they can see that they can do anything. Right. Like, you don't even need to be the most like, everyone's got a gift inside them, and you need to get that gift out because God's given it to you. My gift just happens to be I'm okay at talking, I'm good at talking, I'm good at writing. Let me leave this legacy. So they've got it. So the book started as, it was called there's 2 hearts for one, or tales for the story for one, and 2 hearts, whatever. And it had a picture of my 2 boys on the front, and this, that, and the other. And then I said, my friend is like, "Oh, no, you need to that. It's bigger than this. It's bigger than this." And that was the initial part of it, was for my kids, but then also to kind of say that anyone can write. Right.
So speaking of your kids, did you kind of like tell them at any stage that you used to write poems when you was younger?
Nah, I didn't.
Why not?
I just didn't.
Why?
I'm a tough dad, innit? Like I'm a tough dad. I'm like, I don't want my son think I'm a dad. You writing poems, Dad? You writing poems, Dad? But like, the oldest saw me writing the book, because it's taken 5 years.
Wow.
So it's taken 5 years from. So I've had stories that are longer than 5 years. I've had poems that are longer than 5 years. But it's that whole thing, and this is why I'm really passionate about just trying to, you know, go and buy the book if you all want. But for me, I'm like, go and express your talent. I've wasted 5 years trying to get this book together when it could have took me 2-3 years, and I could have got it out over maybe a year and got it out quicker. But I was just sitting on it because I was like, I didn't believe it was good enough. I didn't believe I could get it out. I didn't have the backing. We'll talk about that as well. So you just don't. You kind of sit on things. So my son kind of saw the whole process. He's 12 now. He's going to be 13 soon. He saw the whole process of the book. He saw me writing. "Oh, Dad, what you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I've written and I wrote him a story as well, and this, that, and the other." And one of the poems is about him as well. It's called Black Prince. But you know, thanks, Dad. But you know, you're 9. You don't really care. You know what I mean? Yeah, thanks, Dad. You made me a poem. Like, you read me a story kind of poem thing. Like, okay, all right. But that's, you know, that was the thing, and he saw all of that, and now he looks at it and he's like, "Oh, Dad, you're like." He got upset because I was on the Ace of Jack show, and big up Adrian and Jack, Ace, and Senior Nobleman. Like, I was on the show and I forgot. I thought I told him. Man was vexed. Facts. Because when I was on Cool London, I said with my other brother David Borman, he listened in, and he was like, "Oh, Dad, you was really good on the radio." Like, and so he's excited about it, but he's still trying to be cool. Like, he ain't going around telling you
the same way you didn't tell him about
the same way I never told him. But because obviously I've got, you know, you still got your day job, you still do your things. You know, I'm not a full-time writer, and I'll say yet. You know, I'm not a full-time writer yet, but that's, you know, this is.
Well, it's interesting you're saying that. Going back to your kids, so. As your kids were growing up, did you ever like read them like bedtime stories
constantly
and think to yourself, "You know what, I can do better than this"?
Nah.
Or did you think like,
nah?
Did you kind of maybe use that? Was that used as a catalyst as well, potentially to start doing your own stuff?
I don't. All good parents, I'll say all, but I think it's a good parent you read stories to your kids. And you know, what I used to do is I'd get the story, right? And I'd make it, I'd remix it and make it funny.
Okay.
Like, so they had this story about sunflower farm.
Yeah.
So I would do it in patois.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, the farmer come and then pick up, and I'm making up stuff.
Yeah.
And the round bucking on him, and my son would be in the bed laughing. They're supposed to be going to bed, coming down, and they're laughing. So I used to like remix the stories.
Yeah.
And what I like about most children's stories, they're so simple.
Yes.
And probably I could write children's stories, but I like things to be kind of complex and a little bit deeper.
Right.
And I don't know whether children, I might do as I get older, you know, decide that I'll write children's books. But at the present moment, it's you know, it's it really is about adult books. But my mum, and you know, love her to death. I read The Hobbit through her. So at my first my first book bit of reading as a child that I can recall like fully that I really engaged in was reading The Hobbit.
Right.
Every night I used to go and sit on my mum's bed and we'd read The Hobbit, whatever how many pages, and then I'd go back to my bed. So every day I wanted to just and then Lord of the Rings come and you know I've got those books, like I bought those books, them thick books, and sat and read Lord of the Rings, Twin Towers, you know, Return of the King. So people are like, are you reading that? Like, you know, this is what I grew up reading, you know. So my bedtime story was a little bit more complex. So maybe you know, and I appreciate my mum kind of exposing me to that. You know
so you're saying you're talking about leaving a legacy for your kids, because it kind of brings you, because I wasn't always an avid reader, but I've said to myself, I need to start reading again, because I need to try and set an example for my own boys in terms of getting them to start reading. So I said I was gonna go on like a music fast, because for me, I'm always listening to music. Even when I go to sleep, I'm listening to music. So what I said I'm going to do is I'm going to start reading, but I don't like reading anything. So I started off a book. Don't know if you know about Mel. She started this book club with her son, and there's this book I bought called The Fall of Lucifer. So I'm going to start reading that. And I can't multitask when it comes to it, because some people, they can pick up like all 3-4 books and read them at the same time. I can't do that.
No, me neither.
So it's kind of interesting the timelines where I had that thought process that I need to get back into into and then you popped up with your books. And then reading a synopsis of it, I think it's for wow. I think I might need to put down this other book I bought first and then start with yours. So it's like interesting you're talking about leaving a legacy for your children, whereas from my perspective, I'm looking at of kind of starting like get a wheel turning into a habit. So because the fact that you say to kids, right, come on, you got to read, you got to do, you got to do this, you got to do, protracted reading and stuff in order for your studies and so on. And I thought, how can I get them into doing it? And I thought, well, I've got to try and lead by example. So for me, it's like your books are just, and your short stories are dropping at the right time. And going on to that, what I love about with what you're doing is the concept of the short stories and the poems. How have you put the whole concept together? Is it a whole book? Is it one book with a series of short stories, or are you kind of marketing it as separate books and separate poems?
It's so I would say the best way to define a book would be it would be a chapter of my life.
Okay.
So the book's about love.
So
really.
Chapter of your life based on your experiences.
So on my experiences or what I was going through at that time.
Right.
You write about how you feel.
Right.
So the book is a book of love. Like I was saying to my friend, like I was on the show, I said to them, like, if you buy that book for your girl, she'll love you forever. Like it's not really written for men. It is really written as an expression, because you got like, we've all had relationships, and I've had relationships, and I've had ups and downs in relationships, but people have touched my heart, and I've been able to express that feeling through the book. So I'm able to say, well, I can attach this story to that situation, this story to that situation. So it is really about love. The short stories all have some significant meaning in my life. So the poems kind of like the cement between the bricks of the short stories. So you're reading along, and then you're like, okay, then that story drops in, and you're like, oh right, okay. And you know, it's not a big book, it's not thick. Right. You know, it's not, but the stories are engaging, and it's something that you would read probably over and over and over again, in terms of, you know, the way that it's set up. But it is really a book of life. It's like love, life, happiness. Like there's one in there, one of the stories is called The Heartbreak Club. That's us. That's the man them. That's us growing up. I ain't even dropped the church bit in it yet. Do you understand? And I've only put part one.
Wow. So there's plenty more to come.
I've only put part one of The Heartbreak Club, but I want to do The Heartbreak Club as a separate book. The other stories are all finished. You could probably expand them, and I'm in the middle of writing Destination or Destiny 2 slowly, but I'm really concentrating on trying to promote this book first.
You mentioned that you gave the book to Jason. And Jason,
one of the stories.
One of the stories. And he brushed it. You gave it to one of your friends at your football club, and she was kind of like very encouraging and so. Not that Jason weren't encouraging. I know knowing what Jason's like, but what was the next step in terms of getting to where you are now? So the
struggle. So I've got another friend who called Nigel, and Nigel is a perfectionist.
Right.
He's the best friend to ever have if you're going to do anything. Because if I ever got married, he'd be my wedding organizer, because he don't leave a stone unturned. He's an entrepreneur as well. He's about to launch that. I'm not even allowed to say the name of the thing. But when it busts, he has to come on your show.
Right.
But you'll love him. The brother is he don't procrastinate, he just does. And he's just relentless. So when I told him what I was doing, and I sent him the same draft I sent Jason, but Jason was doing Naked Poet, so shout out to Naked Poet Film. He's always busy, so I know he didn't read it with a good heart, because he was too busy concentrating on something else. But when I sent it to him, he was like, I can see what you're trying to do. So he goes, just get it done, fix that bit, move this here, boom, 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 boom. And then he kind of was like just on me, and then Carlene was just on me, like, hey, get it done. But he was phoning me every day, like, have you done this?
Really?
Like my boss, like, have you done this? Have you done that? And then he's someone you can bounce ideas off. And then she's phoning me every day, like, have you finished that bit? You need to fix it. I can't do anything until you fix it, because she proofread it.
Right. Okay.
And Britain did all the editing. And having good friends. So this is the key thing about getting things done. You have to have a network of people that are going to help you.
Yep, I agree.
Because as I said, I didn't know about Fiverr. Shout out to Fiverr.
I didn't know about them until someone told me.
I didn't know about Fiverr. It was Nigel that told me about Fiverr. And he was like, no man, you can get this and get the cover design on there. And as I said, getting the cover design was just an absolute nightmare, because it was just like nobody could get what I wanted. And when I was sending it to him, he was like, that don't look right. I know it didn't look right. And he keeps saying to me, this is the one thing, and I'll say this to all your listeners, like, never ever do substandard.
Right.
If you're going to give something to the world, make sure it's the best, the best version of it can be.
Yes.
And then once you think that you've done the best version of it can be, you can update it afterwards. You can look back and then say, I upgraded it. You might get a bit of assistance, and it will help you to grow it even further. But don't give out substandard. And he was like, you go, look how good your book is. Is that the cover that you want for it?
Yeah, that's true.
And I was just like, nah. And then he goes, the other side of it is like, nobody knows who you are. So you're like, when you're entering that world, people need to see that cover and be like, wow. So he was like, just read this on it yourself, because he's funny. Just get it done yourself. He phoned me today to do something. He'd be like, well, what was you doing? I told you to do this. I'd be like, I was doing the interview. He'd be like, all right, cool. But having good friends that push you is so, like, I would have probably done the book, but it took me 10 years.
I agree. I agree about having the friends there. in the right places, because it's, I mean, like even with doing the radio show, it just basically started off where people were asking me to do mixtapes with me, because people like asked me, oh, do you know what's the latest a good album out to listen to now, and can you do me this mixtape? So I was doing a whole heap of like mixtapes for people and what have you, and then Michael Harding, he started a radio station and he wanted me to like jump on board and do a show, but I was like, nah, I ain't got the voice for radio, I don't know the first thing about radio. So I just pre-record mixtapes and send it to him. And it wasn't until, you know, so I can imagine with your friend, he must have just been on you until you think, okay, let me just try a thing. And it just started from there.
And then there's confidence as well, because like Michael must have told you, your stuff's good. And then he said to me, he goes, no, he called me and goes, bruv, I just read one of your things to the girl in my office, and she's like, who is this guy?
Wow.
So he's like, bruv, what are you doing? You still sitting there? You want to do work a 9 to 5? He goes, he goes, finish the book. And then he would leave me for a couple of weeks. And then he'd be back. And then he would say like, people around him, like he goes, I've got lots of friends with good ideas, but they won't do the work. So when I'm up at like, the other day I was up at like 3 o'clock at night doing, you know, this video thing I was saying to you, doing the video for the book, and I've sent it to him at 3 o'clock at night. He's texted me back.
At the same time?
He texted me back, no, earlier in the morning, like 6, to say, no, it's good that you're up at that time. Like, that's the hustle. That's the bit that no one sees. That's the bit that no one don't sees. When you're up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock at night, do you know this, what this is like when you've got to do that grind? And then you've got to go to work the next day.
That's it,
Do you know what I mean? He said, no, you can't.
Not easy.
You can't. And I wish I could do it full time. But, you know, as you said, we've all got bills to pay. You know, so it's that kind of hustle. And without those friends giving you that energy, you won't do it.
So, as you know, money makes the world go round. When it comes to like writing books and so on, you need money, more than a fiver.
More than a fiver.
So, how have you tackled that element of it, the financial side of it, getting to where now?
I've had to it's all self-financed, self-published, self-everything.
Really?
Self-everything. You know, I've probably ordered 10 copies of the book just for proofing.
For real?
Yeah, and they weren't cheap. They're not cheap, because you've got to get, you know, obviously big companies do the same thing. Like when they're building a car, they build prototypes. They keep building prototypes. So they keep building prototypes. So, you know, I've kept one of them just simply because I'm like, I want to have this to show where it's been written on and where the mistakes are and where when you put it on the computer and then you uploaded it, it moved, and then you've had to do it, and then the margin's not right, and then you had to go back, because it kept on, like, the thing that was in me was like, you don't want a substandard product. If you're going to put anything on the market, you've got to make sure that, one, what would I buy? Would I buy my book? What would I buy my book? I would buy my book simply for the fact of, I'd buy the book just for the cover. If I saw that book in a bookshop, I'd be like, no, this cover's sick. It's a fantastic cover, and it's not what I like as well, because I like the originality of it, and it stands out. It's not like the everyday book cover you will see out there. You know, you got some people into the minimalist design, or they've got like drawings or paintings and so on. And the fonts, I like fonts or nice colours. And I just went straight black, black version and a white. And the funny thing is, the white version was supposed to be the limited edition. But when I did the white version and I sent it to my brethren, he's like, nah man, that looks too sick. You got to release them all at the same time. Wow. Because he goes, the white version looks, and then, you know, the men seem to like the black version more than, and the girls like the white version, and it was like they go, so you got to appeal to everyone, you know, and the layout in the book, you know, obviously you're going to get one soon. It's completely different to the way that most books are laid out, and that is what I wanted for mine. When you were flipping from, I think you're thinking, why is that like? Do you understand?
The best internet radio station. Deep sound. In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station. Deep sound.
So the books itself, tell us the name of the book, or the whole concept.
The book is called Destination or Destiny. It's the whole idea that sometimes you're traveling to a point. So I've come to meet you. And is it my destiny to meet you here? Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then there's the other times when you're traveling somewhere and you bump into someone. That's destiny.
Yeah.
Because you're on a destination, you're going anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just go into a destination and nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then sometimes
You meet destiny on the way.
You meet destiny on the way.
Right.
And destiny could be anything from meeting your wife, because you trip over a foot, to finding money or meeting the right person, and this, that, and the other. And that is the whole concept of this destination or destiny. So the stories are about people on destinations, or is it their destiny, or stories of love and life. Like, is it a journey, or is it just this? They said that destiny is this predetermined thing that's going to happen. By God. As I said, I've got to always thank God for the talent He's given me. But it's that whole thing, and I think that people don't. Reading a book like that, I could write a massive novel. Yeah. But you'd get lost.
You'd
get lost in it. Like, it is to the point. Is it destination or is it your destiny? And that is that's how we do it.
Okay, so talk about one of the, without going into too much detail, because obviously we want as much people to like experience it for themselves. So if you give us a brief synopsis about, is there any one of those short stories that stands out, that kind of like tugs at your insides? That
there is one, and it's called Time and Love.
Right.
And it's a story about time and love and their relationship.
Right.
And how it's quite, I would say it's clever, and everybody that's read it said it's clever.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things when you're reading it, you're thinking you've made them characters.
Yeah.
Like, you've made time a character, you've made love a character. You've made these things characters. And there's another story, and it's quite similar, called I Equals Life. It talks about, I went and met maturity.
Right.
And the maturity showed me naivety.
Wow.
Do you understand? And then I spent some time with pain.
Wow.
And this is what pain, do you understand? Like, they're like characters. And then as I got, when I was younger, I was with ego. And you know what I mean? And so it's that kind of thing of like taking emotions or feelings and making them actual real characters. That gives some of the stories a little twist. And one of the stories is about our friend that we've lost, Lisa.
Yes.
So it's that, it's that there is loss in the book, because loss is a normal part of life. And there's love in it. So it's that whole thing, being able to get all of those things into one little package. So your laugh, your smile, and you might cry. And that's all I can ever do. I mean, the Heartbreak Club, every time I read it, I was cracking up. And then you read 67 and you're like, it's kind of sad. Do you know what I mean? And it's that whole thing that, and then you read others and it makes you chuckle, it makes you feel like you be in love. And, it's that kind of range of emotions that you should get from a book. And that's...
what next can we expect? What have you got in the pipeline?
I'm gonna be promoting this book for about a year.
Right.
And I've actually, because you've got to actually do your 5-year plan. I think it's very important that you've got like a 5-year plan. So like for me, like I want to do part 2.
Right.
I actually want to make a movie of the Heartbreak Club, so I'm going to work with Jay.
He
might let you. Ed said to him, "You might let me." He said he's going to teach me how to screenwrite.
You took the next question right out of my mouth. I'm going to say to you, have you got plans, given the connection you got with Jason? Did you have plans?
I've spoke to him about, but remember, he's got like, if you know him, I've sat down. He's got about 30 films written down, and I mean, good films. He's got this one called William's Law that I can't even take because I don't know what to steal. But he's got some really, really. I said, can I be the star in it? He was like, no. But he said no. He put me in Naked Poet, so I'm happy with that. But he's got some really good films. But I think that, you know, I think once he does his next project and whatnot, I might sneak in. And even if we did it as a mini series on YouTube or whatever, and done it like that, because that we could do that.
There's so much traction in YouTube now with people, you know, with the, like what they call them, the YouTubers now, making you know, so
short
much
films
money.
is a massive thing. Short films is a massive. We could probably break the Heartbreak Club down from a, you know, an hour and a half movie into maybe 10 episodes. We'd make it more interesting, and then that will allow you to have more layers. For the characters as well. Because when you read part 1 of the Heartbreak Club, it only breaks down one character. Right. And his whole thing, and you kind of like. I kind of fell in love with that guy as well when I was listening to his story. Because he's a bit of all of us. You know, I ain't trying to do like The Best Man, where you read the book and man's like, will you see my girl and start beating me up? Nah, it ain't that kind of thing. It ain't that Harper. You know what I mean? It ain't about Harper. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that. But it really much is, we're all kind of, we take bits from each other. And you've told me stories that, and other people have told me stories that will probably end up in the Heartbreak Club, because those are the funny stories. Because when you was a teenager, you used to do mad things. You date crazy girls. You used to get up and you'd go down to Lewisham to check girls or wherever. And those are the kind of stories that are in there. Exactly. But you don't know what happened when, like, I know stories like when man's had to go back to not to give away those stories, but man's go back to the girl's house. And when he's gone in the house, our brother's in there waiting to bust his head. And he's had to jump out the window. Like, you can tell, like, there's funny stories.
There's a whole heap, especially
there's a bag of stories.
Especially in the area we are now in Lewisham. Lewisham can tell so many stories from our teenage.
There's too much stories. There's even too much stories in this building that we're sitting behind.
That's right.
Yeah, there's too much stories in that building that we're sitting behind. So even that, and this is the other bit I'm saying to you, and I want like your listeners to listen to, like, people need, like, everyone has a story. Like, you've got stories, you're reading right now, you've got stories to tell. And I'm saying to people, even if you just start writing it down, like a little bit of the story, and you say, oh, I'm just going to do a page today, that page will become 2 pages, 3 pages. And even if you leave it for a year and you go back and you find it and you think, oh, actually, do you know, I'm going to add that bit, you will have a story after a while. And then at some point you might come and see me and I'll be like, I'll help you publish it, because that's what I really want to do. I want to help other people to get their stories out there, because I've got mine out there now. My stories are out there. I'm doing whatever I'm not doing and whatnot. Meeting this person, meeting that people. I'm trying to get a publishing deal, which I ain't even going to go into that, because one, they ain't trying to help us tell our stories at all. So I've had to self-publish. It does cost more money for the people buying the books, but, you know, as I said, we would moan about not having our own stuff, and then when we've got it, we don't want to buy it.
Oh, because we talked just before we started the interview. We touched on that a bit about, didn't we, about the publishing. And I was asking you, with book publishing, is it similar to like music publishing, whereby if you sign over the rights of your music to a publisher, it's like you basically, in certain respects, you kind of like not sold your soul, but that's where a lot of the money is. So, but I understand what you were saying earlier, is that you're looking at a deal which is kind of like, in terms of like distribution, is that correct?
Yeah, you could probably get a distribution deal where they produce the book for you, because at the moment, there's no real profit in the book for me. For me, there's no real money in it, because the people that make the book, they're charging quite a lot for postage and packaging. You'd think that they're sending bricks. Do you know what I mean? Because posting the packages, brilliant in gold. They're sending you gold, so they're sending a lot. But that is the only way I could have got the book to market, and I could have sat on it. And I'm just like, no, you got to strike the iron while it's hot. I've got opportunity. And I'm going to say this: loads of people have bought the book, so I'm happy, because
that's amazing.
Even though it's, you know, they've had to pay a little bit extra for the post and packaging, like, people have bought the book.
Yeah, but you pay for postage and packaging on everything you buy now anyway, man.
It is a bit high, but
even down to when you're going to the shop, you're still paying for packaging. You're 5p for the bag.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Okay, 5p for the bag, and you take that, and that's what it is. But I just, you know, I'm saying, like, people just need to, like, try to support as much as they can, and, you know, and just help me, because I think if you shift enough units, you can go to people and say, look, the book's doing well, and, you know, remember, I'm doing this all through social media, word of mouth. I'm trying to get out to people, getting on these radio stations and doing my little interviews, and just trying to just get out and stay in people's heads, and maybe someone listen to it. I mean, my key thing is, I've saying to them, I was like, I've always wanted to make Oprah's book list. That's me. I'm not gonna do it. Listen, I was sent
You know what?
Oprah
We shouldn't even laugh. You know,
send Oprah 100 books.
Listen, that's
until
how
she
we,
reads it once.
That's how we should be aiming. It's not. We shouldn't even be laughing at them.
Oprah's
That's where
book list, bruv. That's what I'm going. No,
we need to break that glass ceiling.
Yeah. No, I've got all the emails already.
Yeah.
That same guy. He said, "What is the one thing that you? What is the one achievement that you'd want out of this book?"
Yeah.
Because he asks us good questions as well. And I said, Oprah's book list. I've always looked at Oprah's book list. Oprah's book list, and I've been, and you know, it's okay to subscribe to Oprah as a man. Yeah, because you know, as a man, because her thing's quite good anyway.
Yeah.
So you got that thought of the day and all of that. So I've been on Oprah's book list since whenever it first started, whenever 20 years ago, whatever it is. And I've always looked at all these books and I'm like, I want to get on Oprah's book list. So I said that to him. And the man sent me all of her email addresses. He went and found, and that's why you got to have good friends.
Wow.
And he said, just keep sending it to her.
Yeah.
And at some point she'll read it.
Yeah, keep
or someone will read it. Yeah. That's
it's about that being. It's about that consistency. Just keep being
that persistent.
Yeah.
You can make 100 phone calls and you make 101 and you get through. And that's what he's like.
Yeah.
That's what he's like. I'm not really built like that, but he's trying to make me a bit more built like that.
Cool. So talk to me about the platforms that your book is available on.
So you can get my book on blurb.co.uk, not com because that's American. So blurb.co.uk, and if you just type in Williams J Silver or you type in Destination or Destiny, it comes up. You'll probably have the link up on your website.
I'm gonna
put the link up on there.
We'll put it up on our website.
You can
on
get
social
it on there.
media. Yeah.
I'm on. You can find me on Twitter on DOD Book.
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook, Destination or Destiny Book.
Yeah.
I'm on Insta as Destination or Destiny. You can, direct message me.
Yeah.
The link for the book's there.
Yeah.
So I've got. So there's the books in black or white.
Yeah.
It comes in a pocket size for the people that just want to put it in their pocket and go. And it comes in a full book size, which is the Dulux copy, which is I prefer the Dulux. I like the small book size, but the pocket size, but I do like that.
That sounds like a nice little gift for someone.
Listen, as I said, if you meet a girl and you buy her this book,
it's set for life.
Listen, everything's set for you. Everything's set for you.
Yeah.
And you can get it on the ebook. The ebook seems to only be working for Apple at the moment, Apple and iPad. So it's on iBooks. You can get it on iBooks at the moment, but by the end of the month it will be on Kindle, and then we're just going to keep a Kindle for Amazon, and then we're just going to keep pushing, just keep pushing and pushing.
Any plans to do an audio book? Because I don't know, I think that would be fantastic.
My friend's the same guy,
really
ready on me. When's the audio book coming?
That would be absolutely fantastic. Would you actually narrate it though yourself?
My voice is all right still. I'm not going to lie. Like I've done a couple. But I think some of the stories, like The Warrior, you'd probably want a different kind of voice. You would like, because it's more movie-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a James Earl Jones.
And then six. Yeah, I'd love James. Listen, that would be another dream. Having James Earl Jones.
Can you imagine?
Hey, listen, having Mufasa. Having Mufasa do my voice over, but you know what I mean? Or even Morgan Freeman.
Oh my, yeah.
But you can get people that sound like them.
Yeah, that's true.
To do your things, and that's something like 67. I'd want a real English kind of semi-Cockney kind of guy. So I've got in my head, you can do it through different avenues. It will cost to set it up.
For audio book.
And I do want some female voices as well. Like I'd want to mix it up because my book is like that. It's not. I've not done what everyone else has done with their books. I ain't followed the same format. Yeah. I mean, if you look at my you look at my videos, like the way that I've advertised it as well, it's crazy. Like I've got a trailer. No one has a trailer. No one has a trailer
because
for their
when
book.
you sent me the link, when I think it was a couple weeks ago, when you sent me the link, I was thinking to myself, hold on, is this guy sent me the right link? Because I'm looking at a movie here.
No,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
for a book.
But that's the whole point. I mean, I think I can get it to play here.
Many Mottos Inc. presents W.J. Silver, Destination or Destiny.
That's what I'm talking about.
That
Yeah.
sounds like I need to go and get the popcorn.
Yeah.
Get the, you know what I mean, the big extra large Fanta.
Yeah.
That don't sound like
That's a hot dog.
That's not a book.
That is
To me, that's like a trailer for a feature film.
It is, and it is like a trailer for a feature.
That's
And
amazing.
Jay was showing that when Jay had his Naked Poet.
Yeah.
He had that on when he was doing the tours.
Oh, really? He played that?
He had that trailer
What?
running up there. So I'm just saying, and he goes, everyone was like, oh my God, like,
That is
it's like a
amazing.
movie.
Yeah.
Forget movies, books are back.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And the guy that I got to voice over, I love this guy, like, he sent me like 4 different versions. He was so excited about it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, that sounds awesome. Like, I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
And I got him to do it, and like he just loves it.
Yeah.
So those are the things that you've got to.
Yeah.
just
You
gotta
know what?
work
Just
through.
you got to work for it. You know what I mean? And I just love the fact that it's amazing that, you know, how our paths are set, you know, from when we were younger, how we grew up together, and then, you know, we kind of like went and done our own thing. And even though, you know, we may not have like stayed on the same trajectory as we grew up, but on the periphery we're always about.
It's
and
always
it's
love.
like, and it's what I love is about all of us, you know, that we grew up together. Everyone is doing their own entrepreneurial thing.
Did you
It's just
see Michelle
amazing.
this week? Woman,
I'm telling ya.
international woman.
I'm telling
Cheers.
I'm telling you, even
I just said to her, I'm gonna call me about my book. I messaged her straight away. I said, let's talk about the book. She said Saturday. I said, like, put her in mind. She goes, look, I'm doing a course right now. I'm just like, okay, Michelle. Like, because at the end of the day, like, we have all done mad. But I'm gonna say this, you know, because there are people that don't believe. Like, without God, this don't happen.
Yeah,
like, I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Man's setting off alarms around here. But without God, it just don't happen.
Yeah, not at all.
And that's, you know, that's the reality of what, you know, I believe, like all of us that are growing up together, that grew, and the reality is we grew up in church together. We've all gone off to do great things.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah. I mean, look at you got Joanna Clark and her little boy. He's an actor. He's a YouTuber now. He's gone to levels. He was being interviewed by White Yardie up at Goldsmith University a couple of weeks ago.
Listen,
you know, everyone's doing their thing. I came back from Spain a couple of weeks ago where we done a concert with Michael and Simone. And, we brought Otis Redding Jr. over from Atlanta. Amazing concert, feedback. You know,
I'm gonna cuss him, innit?
I know, yeah.
I'm gonna cuss him. I'm gonna cuss him because he keeps saying my house is your house.
But
I need an official invite.
The thing is though,
my house is his house.
Yeah.
I know.
When you go, I'm telling you, when you go there. He
just told me, just come. He just said, just come. So I'm just gonna just turn up. But I said, I wanna go because every time I see them pictures on a video of him at that hotel doing that thing, I need to go when they're doing that. Yeah. Because I want to go and eat that food. I don't even care about him singing. I saw the food at the hotel. I was like, I want to eat some of that. Yeah. And they'll be like, who's that? I'm the author.
Yeah.
It's my author friend. Yeah.
Okay. WJ Silver.
Yeah. But it's like, I've just got so many ideas for the book. I want to get translated into other languages and do some other bits and bobs. Yeah. Listen, the world's global now.
Yes.
You know, and you got online radio. Your radio station goes across the world. If you've got the internet, you can tune into the radio. Why can't my book go? You know,
exactly.
It is global because New York, the whole of New York was listening to the show. Like, I've got family in New York. They've been promoting the book over there. I've seen sales in New York. Yeah, people are buying ebooks in New York, over here, over there.
That is amazing.
They're starting buying the hard copies now because I've sent them the link. No, man, it's like just got to keep pushing, man.
So blurb.co.uk, blurb.co.uk. Any other platforms where they can purchase the book from?
They can go on, if they go onto Destination or Destiny.com or .co.uk, so Destination or Destiny, www. You've got to type it in the URL in the top. Google hates me. I don't give them enough money, you know what I mean? So you've got to type it in the bar at the top. And you can go in there, and if you click, there's links on there, and you can go. That will take you straight to the site to buy it as well. And
it's coming soon on Kindle.
It will be on. You can get the ebook. That Kindle should be done by the end of the week, but I'm not going to say that. But it will definitely be ready for May.
Okay.
And when I launch on Kindle, I'm doing I'm going crazy.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. So just get follow me on follow me on Facebook, Twitter and whatever. And see what we're doing.
I mean, we'll also, this interview is going to be broadcast on my show it's going to be the interview is going to be up on our website.
Okay.
As well. I'm going to put it up on our website. I'm going to put it up on our YouTube page as well, on our Facebook pages. But actually, we're going to put it all over.
Let's put it everywhere, man.
We're going to put it everywhere.
Let's put it everywhere, man. Help
You know?
me,
Yeah.
help you.
Help
I
me.
help you.
Help me.
Help you. Help me.
Yeah.
Help you. Yeah.
Amazing. Justin,
Brother.
it's been a pleasure.
Hey,
Absolute
listen.
pleasure. Seriously, I'm absolutely gassed. Excited for you, because I know this is just a stepping stone to like bigger things, you know, and it's only gonna get better. So
And I'm pulling you up with me.
Well, you know, I'll come, and even if it means that, you know, I'm there to help you up, man. You know what I mean? I'm just there, you know, there for the ride, there for the ride. You know,
I said I don't forget, man. I don't forget my
love.
friends, man. Yeah, it's always been about love, man.
So this ain't the first. This is not the last story
Yeah.
that we're gonna be speaking about your journey.
Yes.
And what's to come in the future. But I'm glad that we finally got round to getting you on our show, on our station. It's been a long overdue. I don't know, man's been hollering at me every time I see the WhatsApp. I'm like, yeah, I need to sort this out. But we finally did it, and thanks for sharing your journey so far with us, and we're looking forward to bigger and better things.
Thank you.
So
And I'll see you soon.
You're tuning to the Plug and Play show with Countryman and That's it.
Deep sound. In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station. Deep sound. Deep sound. Deep sound.